The rise of sequels and trilogies over the past 10, 15 years has been massive. As I was looking into this, I found that there's a ton of sequels coming out to movies that are from, let's just say, not yesterday. One particular sequel that's coming out is Indiana Jones 5. According to mostly everybody, this is sort of a passing of the torch, and Harrison Ford has said that he's done with the character. Now, he said that after the third one, and then they brought out the fourth one, and then he said he was done with the character, and now they're bringing out the fifth one. So, never say never. There's planned sequels to Chicken Run. There's Beverly Hills Cop. The last one of them was in the 90s. We've got Bad Boys 4, which is currently in production. There's still talk of Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves. Warner Brothers have said that they're up for this, and with their whole new DC thing, they could easily put that into the DC Elseworld stuff. There's also the continuation of the Mission Impossible films. They started in 1994, and we've got 7 and 8 coming out this year and next year. Again, Tom Cruise has said that if they continue to come to him with decent scripts that he thinks will work, he will continue doing them until he can't physically do them anymore. Sequels, I don't think, are needed, are apparently coming out as well. They have I Am Legend 2 in the works. They have I Know What You Did Last Summer with the original cast coming back. Apparently there is another Rocky film that's not the Creed films, but it's another actual Rocky film. They are retconning Robocop, continuing from Robocop 2, which deletes Robocop 3 and the 2014 Robocop. They're doing a Twins sequel that's been in the works for about 5-10 years maybe. They're doing Saw 10. These ridiculous sequels for the sake of having them. It seems to be, it's sort of a stemming off from my last video about Disney not having any original ideas. It's like nobody has original ideas. It seems to be that they're just taking all these films that were fairly or very successful and then making a sequel to it. And I think it's getting done for nostalgia reasons. A lot of these films that do have sequels or prequels or whatever it is that's coming out as part of that universe that it's in, I'm looking forward to a fair number of them. Some of them, I believe, are not needed at all. Like Tron 3, that's been spoke about on and off since the second one didn't perform as well as they thought, but still financially made them their money back. I didn't think that Tron 2 was needed, and even the people that followed it didn't really enjoy the second one as much as the first. So doing a third one, is that going to pull people out of it as well? They really need to think about if they are going to go and make these sequels. Is it just to live off of nostalgia and try and make a ton of money off of the nostalgia? There is one upcoming sequel that I will be thrilled to see, because they spoke about this not long after they'd done it. Was This Is Spinal Tap. They are planning a second film, and they did say that the next time they done another Spinal Tap film would be in about 40 years, when everybody is 40 years older. Rather than doing it like 5-10 years later and pretending they're older, they thought, we'll get everybody back in 40 years if we're all still here, and do it like that. Just the way it's worked out with all these bands from that time that are coming back, doing these reunion tours and world tours and final tour, it would fit in perfectly with all that, and in that style it'll be fantastically done, like the first film was. And then we get things like Rush Hour 4. I enjoyed the Rush Hour films. You know what you're going in for. Silly Jackie Chan films. Do we need another one? We don't. The people that are involved in the film know that it's going to make money. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are a draw. People will go to see their films. We don't need another film in that series that's going to take away from the other three. This one's a bit perplexing because of the way the second one ended. There is really, really, really big talk about Young Guns 3. The last Young Guns film was in the 90s. I loved both the films, and as an adult I've went back and watched them and I've understood the story a bit more. From the second one, I don't see where they can take the story to have a third one, because they're all so much older, and if they do go and do the de-aging stuff, that is going to put the budget up so high. And with the cast that they're going to have to get, if they're getting all the original cast back, that's not going to be a low cost either. That is going to be a pretty high cost. I'm trying to get Charlie Sheen, as much as I would love to see it, is this going to hinder his health? Because that's something else we don't want to see. Is there any original ideas anymore? It's sequels, remakes, retellings of older stories. Even TV wise, Warner Brothers are talking about doing a Harry Potter series, and it's going to run over 10 years and cover all the books. We don't need that. Why don't you come up with an original idea? I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to say this throughout a ton of other videos. With the superhero films, they are original stories based off of comics, but they're putting their own spin on these stories. Marvel have spent the past 15 years building up a universe around these characters, and a lot of people aren't enjoying some of the characters and things that are coming out of Marvel just now. DC, a lot of people aren't enjoying them. Even though these aren't original ideas, it is an interpretation of a different media. It's like taking a book and doing an adaptation of it. I have no problems with that. We're not going to be able to get every book onto film, but some books that are out there just now would make great films or a great series. And at the end of the day, it's an original idea, and that's what we need. We need more new original ideas rather than rehashing, bringing out sequels and doing all of that. So on that note, I'll leave yous to ponder that. See you later.